This is a story from a time when aliens used human bodies to survive on Earth, but many of these aliens, combined together, wanted to end humanity altogether. Thus begins the story of Mastermind with a lady whose body was suddenly floating in the air. In reality, there was a dangerous alien present in her body, trying to emerge. Many soldiers there tried to stop it, but the lady had created a circular protection wall around her body, preventing anyone from touching her. Because if the alien inside the host's body died, they would not survive on Earth for more than 5 minutes. Suddenly, that dangerous alien had killed many soldiers, but in the next moment, a portal opens from which a very stylish car arrives. In fact, this car had come from the future, inside which was a very advanced robot named a guard, and its small companion. Using its energy continuously, the guard began trying to capture the fleeing alien. Due to the continuous attack, the alien became very scared and finally, in a short time, it had entered its host's body. The guard's small robot companion also tried to kill it, but due to the alien's twist, it had fallen far away. But now the alien inside the lady's body was right in front. The guard continued to attack to stop it, and finally absorbed the alien completely into its body. The lady was now quite injured and taking her last breaths. The guard gently laid the lady on the ground, after which she said only one word, "Please save my daughter." At that moment, the guard's small robot transformed into a human form, finding the daughter of the deceased lady named Little. Little had already been taken inside the car. The guard also returned to its human form, traveling back directly in its timeline. He kept the alien in a small chamber, which he used to catch such aliens, and by now, he had a total of 7 aliens. As the guard was returning, he began to hear the crying of a child. Later, it turns out that Little had placed the lady's daughter inside the car, so now she has traveled back to our timeline. Guard Little was quite angry. Finally, he asked why he did that. Then Little explained to him that we should research on humans because they can be quite interesting test subjects for us. Now, due to no other options, Little and Guard decide to keep this girl with them and make her bigger. Now, in another timeline, a magician is shown. This magician had quite creative powers, but he hadn't yet fully controlled all those powers. He also had 2 magical cats that could do anything on his commands. Now, recently, this magician came to know about a weapon, which is a diamond knife, and many people were searching for the same weapon, which could fetch them a big prize. The magician also started wanting to earn a lot of money by finding that weapon, so while investigating about the knife, he went to a criminal because the last time that criminal had seen where the knife was. Despite asking many times, the criminal kept saying that first, the knife was found by some fishermen who thought they would open the diamond on the knife and sell it. But despite trying so hard, the diamond did not come out of the knife, as breaking the knife would make it even stronger, but when no one among the villagers could break it, then a man bought it and maybe that knife is still with him. Now, while constantly tracking that man, the magician was being shown a futuristic man at the same place. As he came from the future, his attire was much more modern than the rest of the people. In fact, this man also needed that knife because that knife belonged to him too. While the futuristic man was asking for the knife, the one who had bought the knife denied giving it, because he had bought the knife at a very high price. It was surprising that the magician had come to know about the criminal who was continuously searching for the knife, but now the futuristic man was following the criminal. The magician was following the criminal continuously to take the knife. But now the magician also arrives there, who tried to stop the futuristic man. With all the powers he had, he tried to stop the futuristic man, but perhaps the futuristic man had too many powers, and he had defeated the magician in a moment. However, the magician cleverly escaped with the criminal and his companion into the forest after a little travel. After a while, they suddenly see a very large spaceship ahead. They had no idea whose spaceship it was and where it had come from. Just then, they see a lady on the other side of the spaceship who was running away after seeing them, although none of the 3 had seen where the lady had come from and what her face was like. But this mystery will only be solved later. Now we are shown the year 2022 where the guard robot was present with that girl who had come from nearby. They named the girl Stacy. Actually, Stacy also knew that her parents, with whom she was living, were not humans but robots. But Stacy had always wanted to know what the guard robots did and what their main purpose was. So when the guard robot was taking Stacy to leave school, Stacy placed a mobile inside the car so that she could hear all the conversations the guard was having and what he was talking about. Stacy got off the car and went inside the school, listening to all the conversations with the help of earbuds. Now the guard robot was talking to someone else and saying that we have to go to another world and catch such a dangerous alien and transfer it to the bodies of 100 humans so that they are caught and cannot go anywhere. Stacy was also listening to all these things, which she understood that the guard was not a normal robot but was quite advanced technology officers who catch bad aliens. Now when the guard was away from his car, Stacy took out that phone and suddenly a box opened from it. Actually, it was the same box in which the guard had kept all those aliens caught so far. Stacy was going to free those aliens by touching them when suddenly the robot named Little came there. Little immediately took on a human form and stopped Stacy from doing this because it would ruin all their hard work. But Little began to feel that Stacy should know the whole truth, so he tells Stacy that they have come from the future. And we used to capture those bad aliens and imprison them in human bodies so that they couldn't harm other people. We have such advanced technologies that allow us to travel to both the past and the future. Little started telling Stacy everything about how they all worked, which Stacy found quite fascinating. But this fun wouldn't last long. Next day, we are shown a hospital where the guard was telling his colleagues that there was going to be an alien attack there. So the guard, Little, and many other alien friends went there. But surprisingly, Stacy had also arrived at that hospital because she already knew that they were going there. Stacy had taken a mobile and was recording everything with it. But everyone present there was completely unaware of the upcoming danger. Suddenly, an oddly shaped spaceship emerges from the sky in a strange molecular formation. From inside it, a small particle travels straight into the hospital and falls. After a while, some changes occur inside that particle, turning it into a large golden structure. At first glance, this structure seemed completely normal, but as it hybridized, all the people there came under the control of aliens, and they started transferring something into their bodies. After a while, the guard robot also arrives there, and then we realize that the alien was deliberately sent to the hospital. It was transferred into the bodies of a total of 100 humans. Seeing Stacy there, the guard robot is completely shocked. Stacy was scared and started running away after seeing those large tentacles, but in no time, the energy of the entire alien was transferred into the bodies of those 100 people, and the tentacles themselves disappeared into that structure, and that small particle disappeared from there. This means that the whole plan was of the guard alien from the beginning, and now the memories of all those people present in the hospital had disappeared. No one remembered that there had been an alien attack here, and aliens were present in the bodies of 100 people. Stacy was also shocked to see all these things. Now once again, we see the same magician who had been performing tricks since ancient times. This magician arrives at a very sacred place with one of his friends because he needed to gain more powers, and he would find those powers here. There used to be a very powerful protector of that sacred place whose temple the magician went to. But inside that temple, a couple arrives who wanted to sell various items to the protector. However, the protector only said that until they brought him the diamond knife, he wouldn't take their things. So now those two couples had left. That man had a diamond knife with him. Both immediately took control of that man and tried every way to get the knife, but then a fighter arrived at that place who had very old civilization fighting techniques present. As soon as he saw the diamond knife, he attacked those two couples, and now he has taken the knife in any way. However, some of the protectors also came there to take the diamond knife, but the fighter showed his skills and everyone there was shocked, and now the fighter took his diamond knife and left from there. Now this whole scene was moved towards the future where the guard and Little arrive at a headquarters with Stacy. They were explaining to Stacy in such a way that some bad aliens are also good. Who is that? Because we have trapped in bodies, the humans that a spaceship was which. They could only be defeated with that diamond knife, the same diamond knife that we saw in the old story with the magician. However, as time moved forward, that diamond knife was now with the guard. The guard had also found out the location of that alien, so he converted himself into his full robotic form and entered the elevator, where he began to fight continuously with the red alien. They were so powerful that they completely destroyed the elevator. Because of all this, the police officer had a chance to escape from there. The guard tried very hard to stop the red alien, but the red alien's strength was much greater. The red alien forcibly took the knife from the guard, after which he went into his spaceship and started chasing the police officer. Even though the police officer was fleeing far away in his car, the red alien was not going to leave his pursuit so easily. But the guard, with his small spaceship, kept attacking the red alien spaceship because attacking from multiple points would weaken his spaceship. However, it seemed that the red alien was very angry now. Therefore, instead of attacking the police officer, he kept hitting the guard continuously. The red alien started firing many lasers from his spaceship, directly hitting the guard alien spaceship, and after a loud explosion, the guard alien spaceship fell into the water. As we see, the red alien spaceship has a fully protected wall, meaning it can't be broken so easily. But if the guard alien could grab a weak spot on the spaceship, which appears to be on the bottom, then perhaps that entire protective wall could be broken, making it much easier to destroy the red alien spaceship and kill him. But here, the red alien got a good chance, and now he immediately came out of his spaceship, with the diamond knife in hand, and killed the police officer, releasing the alien trapped inside the officer. The guard alien knew that if this alien was freed today, it would cause so much destruction. Therefore, he got up again to capture that alien, but the red alien was right there with his big tentacles out, now piercing them into the guard's body. The guard was very tired. During this entire fight, the red alien never gave him a chance to attack. There was a fierce battle between the two that was destroying many large buildings. However, the red alien showed no mercy towards the guard. He severely injured the guard with a massive blast. The guard then reverted back to his human form, which was now quite weak. His body had almost no energy left to stand up and fight again. On the other hand, in the police officer's body where the alien was trapped, he had gained full control. Little quickly arrived near the guard, feeling really bad for his condition. Seeing the state of the guard, Little started transferring more than half of his powers into his body so that the guard could gain enough power to return to his normal state. Meanwhile, we saw the same alien coming out of the police officer's body and now looking very powerful. Now, he had opened a portal and gone back inside his spaceship. Little followed him closely because it was very important for him to stop him. Here, we noticed that there were many red balloons around that hybrid alien, which were actually all the aliens that had been captured, and now the hybrid alien wanted to free those aliens as well, who had been trapped inside the bodies of humans. So that he could build a very large army of aliens, and then maybe it would be completely impossible to stop them. But as soon as the hybrid alien attacked, suddenly the guard with full power came there, who had started fighting with that alien. Although the movement speed of that hybrid alien was quite fast, but the guard also had powers of Little available, which helped him to take the diamond knife from that hybrid alien first and throw it outside the spaceship. Although some red balloons had come out by mistake, but now that hybrid alien knew that he could not stay alive in this environment for long and he would have to go into the body of some human to survive, then that hybrid alien's eyes on the statue goes to, that is, he wanted to stay in the body of the statue forever. Now as he went to do the same, then Little comes to that place, Little attacks on him and separates him from the statue. Therefore, he pulled out his tentacles and burst the large red balloon, which upon blasting, emitted a strange poisonous gas spreading all around. This gas was so dangerously potent that anyone coming into contact with it was immediately killed. The humans who had aliens trapped inside their bodies were now being freed with the help of this gas. Stacy, too, managed to save herself and kept running away in any way possible. At that moment, Little appeared in human form and was closing her inside the car to protect her from the gas. Now aware that the condition was out of hand, the guard and Little managed to escape first, safeguarding their lives. The guard informed Little that his powers were more than half depleted and he didn't think he could survive for long. Therefore, he ordered Little to take Stacy to a safe place. However, when Little was about to leave with Stacy, he informed her that the guard's life was in danger and he didn't have enough power to survive for long. And maybe the hybrid lion will definitely come back to kill him. Stacy was very sad to hear these things. She believed that when she was young, the guard had saved her, and in this critical condition, how could we leave her? After requesting a lot, Little agrees to her point and starts walking back towards the guard. But within a short time had already brought his spaceship back with the same hybrid alien. The hybrid alien immediately began to attack the guard as soon as it came out, and the guard was already quite weak so he couldn't even turn over well. But now Little directly contacts the guard, who was telling us that we might still be able to defeat that hybrid alien because there was a very large diamond in its spaceship that provided red light, and if we use a diamond knife to finish it, maybe the powers of that alien will also end. The guard also trusted Little's ability. Therefore, he threw the diamond knife outside the spaceship. Little was picking up that knife immediately and was moving towards the spaceship to attack. But the hybrid aliens and their companions began to attack him, so Little fell far away. Stacy and Little, for the time being, take that diamond knife and start going far away with the guard. The guard had already opened a portal that led to another world. And now, alongside them, the companions of the hybrid alien had also arrived there. Actually, this was a past timeline which wasn't just anything, but the timeline of that sorcerer where she first saw the knife with the diamond. The hybrid alien now wanted to eliminate everyone in some way with that knife. So, he continuously attacked the guard and tried to kill him. Stacy couldn't bear to see any guard killed, so she took a gun and started firing at the hybrid alien's body. Due to the bullets, the hybrid alien's human body became significantly weaker. Therefore, he released large tentacles from his body towards Stacy. Now, Stacy, who was in the car, directly fell into the water after being shot. The guards were completely helpless, unable to save Stacy because of the hybrid alien. Stacy had the knife with her, which she started searching for underwater. But after diving into the depths of the water, Stacy completely disappeared with the knife. Actually, we later found out that this was the exact timeline from where our story began, and it was in this timeline that Stacy was born. Due to which, the guards and Lethal traveled back to their timeline. Stacy now somehow manages to escape from the water, with a small child helping her. Actually, this boy wasn't just anyone but the sorcerer who will grow up later and search for the diamond knife. Now here, Stacy, who had reached that timeline, if she wants to return to her own time, the crystal knife will be necessary, which has now perhaps gone into the depths of the water. Therefore, now Stacy decides to stay in that timeline for some time. After several years passed, Stacy had grown significantly older. Stacy had become quite powerful and strong, now known as a fighter. Actually, some time ago, when we saw a couple who had come to the temple to get the crystal knife, the fighter attacked them. It wasn't anyone else but Stacy because Stacy wanted to acquire that crystal knife by any means. However, a temple protector also appeared before her, who was standing behind that crystal knife. But Stacy managed to acquire the knife and started heading to another place. It was then shown to us that the same alien was present inside the body of that protector, which had been hiding inside him for many years. He immediately emerged and attacked Stacy to snatch the crystal knife. Stacy struggled to protect the crystal knife because if the hybrid alien got hold of it, he would open a portal and escape to the present time, endangering humans. Fortunately, the wizard who had arrived at the scene used his magical skills to save Stacy's life and began attacking the hybrid creature relentlessly. At that moment, the couple also realized that he wasn't the temple protector but a hybrid alien that needed to be eliminated first. Everyone rushed out as aliens attacked with large tentacles. Both couples were magicians with creative powers. When the hybrid alien attacked everyone, the female extended her hand into her magical eye and made her hand much larger, trying to stop the alien, but the hybrid alien started firing its laser beam, causing damage to the hand. At that time, all of them worked as a team, and the magician immediately came forward to cut the alien's hand. However, the alien became quite angry with all these things, so he was slightly upgraded. His previous powers would have increased significantly. He started going straight towards Stacy, who had a crystal knife. Stacy was also firing bullets continuously at him, but there was no effect on the hybrid alien. At that moment, the magician came from behind and thrust his sword into the core of the alien, finishing it off immediately. After the hybrid alien was finished, when his human body was about to die, he revealed a very dark reality here. Actually, the leader of all these hybrid aliens who had been alive many years ago was not in anyone but the magician's body. He doesn't accept all these things. He tells that you are lying, but the truth was that when Guard Little and Stacy transferred to this world many years ago, Stacy fell into the water. The leader of the hybrid aliens, who was in the body of a police officer, was quite weak. The hybrid aliens started roaming inside the forest in search of another human when suddenly a child appeared in front of him, not someone else but the small form of that magician. That's why now the hybrid alien emerged from the body of the police officer and entered the body of a small boy, and the small boy grew up to become a magician. When the magician found out, he couldn't understand what to do, and he was so thinking that he passed out there. Stacy and the couple were watching towards the magician because the leader of the aliens was present inside his body, and if he came out once, no one could survive the end of the world.